So combination of adjustments and blending modes we are going to use to create a bulb glow effect. Okay, so this is used by a lot by photographers. Okay, so I have taken this lantern. Okay, and I'm going to put the lantern in this image. Okay, so how to select the lantern? Anybody can tell? So we can use quick selection. Okay, just click on this select subject. Okay, okay, and we don't want this white color. So first let me cut and paste. Okay, we'll delete this layer. Okay, just we will remove this inside the white color. Okay, but we have to reduce the tolerance. Right. Okay. So now we will take this. Okay, we will remove this document. Okay. Right. So I'm anyways going to put the recording now, so you can understand. Okay, because I don't have notes for this. Okay. Okay. So what is our goal here? So we are going to uh, create a glow. So the glow will come from this lantern, and that glow will fall on this girl's face. Okay, the glow will come from lantern and it will fall on the girl's face. Okay, and some lighting will also fall on this forest or grass, whatever. Okay, so now we will start. That is the goal. So first thing is I'm going to start with a curves adjustment layer. I'm going to select this layer and I'm going to apply curves. Okay, everybody remembers curves. Hmm? So we'll say brightness. Okay, or you can say darkness if you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull this one. See, always it should be very dark. In dark background, the color lighting will be very nice. Okay, so like this. Right, so it should be like this. Okay, then I'm going to add one more curves. Okay, I'm going to add one more curves, and let me hide this. Okay, this time I'm going to add some yellow color. Okay, I'm going to add actually the color from this lighting will be yellow lighting. Okay, so for yellow lighting, which color we have to use? So we have to select the blue here. Remember, blue opposite of blue is yellow. Okay, so just create a point here and then drag it down also. See here, there is some yellow color. Okay, now what we'll do, see here, first we'll uh, invert the curves. Okay, so we'll say, we'll just type here yellow color so that it will be easy for us to identify. Okay, so we'll invert the color. How to invert the color? Control I. Okay, and also here also we will invert the color. We'll just turn on this. Okay, and then we'll invert the lighting. Okay, like this. Okay, so now what we'll do, I am going to take a brush. So which brush we will take? Soft rounded brush. Okay, okay. So then I am going to paint outside, okay, like this, okay, this for this thumbnail, okay. Okay, don't paint completely. And we can do one thing, if we don't want this much darkness, we can reduce the flow amount here, and we can paint. If you actually use the flow second time, it will increase the effect, okay. Something like this. Just leave this center part. So for this center part, what you do? Select the yellow, and then I'm going to paint here. Okay, so this much will paint, right? Okay. Now we are going to start with the this one. Okay, we'll give proper naming to the layers. Okay, lantern, and here we'll say girl. Proper naming we have to give. Okay, now we will take a new layer above this lantern. So what we are going to do is, first we have to give some glow to the lantern. Lantern should glow. There should be lighting inside the lantern. So what should we do now? So I'm going to select the brush. I'm going to select a soft round brush. Okay, and let me pick a yellow color, because we are actually applying yellow color. And the most important thing here is, I'm going to select the linear dodge blending mode. Okay, and just see what happens. So we can actually increase the flow a little bit, and we can paint. Okay, so now there is some lighting. So if you want to enhance it, see Control J. See, now there is enhanced effect. Right. So now what we are going to do is, I'm going to take one more layer here. Okay, now the lighting should come from the this lantern, and it should spread. Okay, so it should spread and it should reach the girl. So for that, what you'll do, I'm going to use a pen tool and select the option path. Okay, so we are going to create a just a conical shape. So something like this. Okay, right. So then what I am going to do is, I am going to convert this path to selection. So we can convert, Control Enter. Okay, then what I am going to do is, I am going to apply a very big amount of feather to this selection. How? Simply right click feather, and the feather I am going to apply is 30. Okay, 30 is a feather, a very big value. Now what I am going to do is, see, I am going to change this to, see here, let us try color dodge. Let us see. Okay, if color dodge is too not so interesting, we can change it to linear dodge. Okay, but we'll keep color dodge, and then I'm going to apply the yellow color. So Alt and actually it will be very intense. See, it's very intense. Too much brightness is there. So now what we have to do is, we have to reduce the amount of lighting here. Too much lighting is there, because color dot is the brightest blending mode. Okay, so what we can do is, So we can do two things actually. One thing is we can apply a filter. Okay, so which filter we are going to apply? So we can apply a Gaussian blur filter. So the edges will be soft, but still the brightness is too much. So what we can do now? Simply double click, and if you double click, see, you are going to open what? Layers tab, and here we have an option, this layer. So see, if I move this one, this brightness slider to the left, what will happen? It will take away all the lighting. Okay, but we want some lighting actually. Okay, so what we can do? We can actually break this. See, so the you can check the lighting here. Okay, see here. See here, you can see how much lighting it is coming. So here you can see when I try to reduce it, you can see the change. And also the look at the face of the girl. Observe the face of the girl. See, understood? So understand this, okay? And just click OK. So this is the thing. The next thing is we can try to change it to, let us see how it's going to look with the linear dot. See, linear dot, it's going to look like this, and with screen it's going to look like this. But I think color dot is better. So we are going to stick to the color dot, and we'll do one more thing. That is, I'm going to take one more layer here. Okay, just take one more layer, and actually we are going to just paint some coloring, some lighting, means as if there is some lighting in between the girl and this lantern. So for that, what we are going to do, I'm going to use screen blending mode. See, screen, color dodge, linear dodge, all these are bright blending modes. Okay, just use the screen blending mode. Take a brush, soft round brush, make sure that the flow value is very less. Okay, and make sure that the foreground color is yellow, or this color. This is not yellow actually, this is something orange, light orange color. Okay, so just you can just simply, you can see, slightly you can paint, see, like this. Okay, don't have to paint too much. Okay, just slight like this. Okay, this much is okay. So see the lighting, too much lighting is there. Okay, so now what we'll do is, to make it more interesting, we can actually reduce the opacity. If you think it is too much, just slightly, okay, slightly reduce the opacity, and then I'm going to take for the one last time, I'm going to apply a curves adjustment layer. Okay, see, curves, and then we will see, if you want to highlight the lighting, you have to make the background dark. So see, just create a point here and see here how it's looking now. So you can see the change. See, can you see the change? See. If there is darkness, so it looks more bright. See, understood everyone? So this is a bulb glow effect. Clear everybody? Bulb glow. Right. See, color correction. So what is the color correction? So here, see, this is a unnatural color. This is not natural color. And here on the right side we have natural colors. Okay. So from unnatural colors to natural colors, that is called color correction. So we are going to take unnatural colors, or let us say black and white. Black and white is not a natural color because the real world is in color, not in black and white. So we are going to convert the black and white image to color. Okay, and there are actually two techniques in color correction. One, we are not going to use any adjustment. I will tell you without using adjustments I am going to do color correction. Okay, then after that I will tell you by using adjustments. One with using adjustments, one without using adjustments. Okay, so let us see both the methods. Okay, so this is a black and white image. Okay, I am going to now colorize this image. Okay, and I am going to use only blending modes. Completely I am going to use blending modes. So I am not going to work on the original, so I am going to take a duplicate. So Control J, right? So what I am going to do is, first I am going to start with this grass. Okay, I am going to select the pen tool and let me select only the grass. Okay, like this we have to first draw a selection with the pen tool. So then what you have to do, take a new layer. See, this is very important. Okay, don't do it in the same layer. You have to take a new layer, and then in the new layer, first we are going to give some small amount of okay, first we are going to turn it into selection, then we are going to give small amount of feather. Okay, so just I think for 3 is enough. Okay, so then I'm going to pick a green color because we are giving color to the grass. Okay, green color. Then what I'm going to do, alt and backspace. Okay, now we are going to use a color blending. Okay, so if you want to reduce the amount of green, just reduce the opacity. Okay, something like this. And you can also check other blending modes here. See, multiply is too dark. Okay, green and these color dots are very bright actually. So see, you can use this overlay blend modes, overlay or contrast blend mode. Okay, but I think for me color is the best one. Okay, right, like this. Then once you have colorized the grass, so what is the next step? We are going to take a common layer. So how to take a common layer? Anybody can tell? Common layer, Control Alt Shift and E. Okay, so this is the common layer. So next we will paint, will colorize the hair and the pants of and skin of this boy. Okay, so I'm going to take a new layer. I'm going to just first start with the pen. Okay, start here. See, when you are selecting with pen tool, use path option. Some people are forgetting that. Here they are using shape and trying to create a selection. That is wrong. Select for doing selection only path. You want to create a shape, you have to use the shape option. Okay. Right. So Control Enter. Then I'm going to give some feather. Okay, very small amount of feather. Okay. And then the pant has to be what? Which color? Blue. Okay. So we can then use the color. Okay. you want a little bit dark bluish color, you can just control and click on the thumbnail, and you can pick a dark color like this, and then alt and backspace. Okay, little bit dark comparatively. Okay, and we can also try to paint with the white color here. Okay, so in case you think that, wait a minute, in case you think that it is somewhat there is some color on the edges like this. But again you have to paint with green color here, understand, because we have to cover the grass. Able to understand everybody? So something like this. Okay, right. So once you have painted the pants, then what is the next step? Control Alt Shift E again, one more time. Okay, so then see, for skin we'll start with the skin color. For skin, what you have to do is, so we'll select this any person, we'll pick his color. Actually we'll pick the brightest color here. Okay, brightest spot. Okay, flesh color. Okay, and then come back here. Now what you have to do, take a new layer, uh, select the pen tool. Okay, just slightly adjust it. So actually this image has a little bit low quality. Okay, right. Right. Okay, so now we will hit Control Enter, and we'll give some small amount of feather. Okay, and this color we have to apply now, Alt and backspace. Okay, and then we will just use a color blending mode, and then we'll slightly reduce the opacity. Okay, it should not be too flashy color. Okay, this is better. Okay, right. Okay. So we have colorized the skin. Right, now we will just take a common layer, Control Alt Shift E again. Just we'll finish off with the hair. Okay. Okay, so I have selected the hair. Take a new layer, Control Enter, give some feather, and then we'll take a brownish color. Okay, is some foreign boy, so I'm using brown color. Okay, and then we will select the color blend. Okay, so we can actually reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay. Okay, so and for the one last time we will use Control Alt Shift and A. Okay, so then see, we are left with only the uh, this one. Okay, the clouds, the sky and balloons. So just sky and balloons. So how to paint color for sky and balloons, because balloons are little bit difficult. Okay, So how we can do that? See, first we have to we'll give color for the balloons, and then we will colorize the sky. Okay, so I am going to use a quick selection tool. I am going to select the balloons. Okay, so you can hold shift, and everybody know shift, right? So shift and select. Okay, so we got a selection for all the balloons. Okay, so now we will first give color to the balloons. Okay, so just take a new layer. Okay, and then select the gradient. See, we'll use this rainbow gradient. Hmm? Rainbow gradient to this balloon. Okay, so just click OK, and then what you have to do? Simply drag like. Okay, and then we will use color. Okay, we'll use a color blending. And the next thing is, see, now we have to paint colorize the sky. So it is difficult to colorize sky. Why? Because uh, we are able to see the boy is overlapping with the sky. Also balloons are overlapping with the sky. So how we can select only the sky? Hmm? See, we can do something like we have to inverse the selection. Okay, first thing is we have to inverse the selection. How to inverse the selection? See, select, inverse. Okay, now we have inverse the selection. Now we have to only select the sky. So we have to subtract what? We have to subtract this grass and boy. So for that we will select the marquee tool, and we will use alt and first subtract the grass. So I have now subtracted the grass. Now I have to subtract the boy. So how we can subtract the boy? So we are going to select the polygon lasso tool. Okay, let me hold alt. So actually this is a low quality image. So we have to uh, we are not able to see good quality. See, now only the sky is selected. Understood? Huh? Only the sky is selected. So we can now just what we do is give some small amount of color. Just okay, and then take a new layer. So sky is which color? Blue. So we are going to pick a blue color, and we use alt and backspace, and we use color, and then we will reduce the opacity actually. Okay, because it is too bluish color. Okay, this much is better. Okay, like this. And for the one last time, I'm going to take a common layer. Control Alt Shift and E. So now we are going to do some comparison. So we just take a new document, landscape, take this and take this. See, so we have colorized. Okay, so this is color correction. So we have converted a black and white image to color using only blending mode. We did not use adjustment at all. But let us say if you want to use adjustment and colorize. Okay, but one disadvantage with the adjustment is, see, you can colorize grass, you can colorize pants. Okay, you can also try to colorize skin, but balloons it's difficult. Balloons you cannot colorize with adjustments. Okay, that is one, that is the only minus point. Only balloons, what you have to do, you have to use blending mode. Okay, so first I will show you how to colorize with the adjustments. Okay, see, just I am not going to colorize completely, just I am going to just show you by colorizing the grass and just the pants. Okay, see here, means you can use the combination of both. So you don't have to use only blending modes or only adjustments. You can use combination of both blending modes and adjustments. Okay, so see, what I am going to do is I am going to take a pen tool. I'll just select the grass. Okay, just quickly select the grass. Okay, right. So now control enter. See, I have not taken new layer here. I am not taking new layer. So now what you do, if you want color for the grass, so you can use an adjustment, that is color balance. Okay, color balance. So where you can find color balance, you can select it from this one, from layers, see here color balance, or you can go to image adjustments, color balance. All adjustments are available from layers panel. See, okay, so how to colorize using color balance? See, here we have three options: shadows, midtones, highlights. Okay, so see, midtones right now currently active are midtone. Midtones are like medium color, shadows dark areas, highlights bright areas. So now right now midtones is there. I want which color to the grass? Green. See, see here. So I have made the grass green, but if you want the grass to be more dark, so you can change it to shadows and then try to increase it. See now, now the grass is very green, and if you want to make the grass more green, you can also use highlights and make it more green. See, now the grass is very green. So I have used the color balance to colorize. I did not use blending modes here. And in the same way, if you want to colorize the pants, so what you can do, just you have to draw a, one thing I want to tell you here is, see, if you are trying to uh, use this color balance again from layers, you may get some problem, because these two colors will uh, clash with each other. This color balance and the new color balance that which I am going to take. So what you do is, for this particular example, if you are using adjustments, try to use it from menus instead of layers. Okay, only for this example. Okay, so you can give small amount of feather. Okay, and then I am going to use the adjustment this time from menus. Okay, so where is color balance? Here. So which color we want the pants to be? Blue. So see here, right now the option is what? Midtones. So I am going to increase it for midtone. See, then highlights, then shadow. See, now it's very dark. So if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it. I don't want this much darkness, you can reduce it. But if you make it more, see now it has become yellowish. Okay, like you see, opposite of blue is yellow. Okay, so like this. So see, so we are trying to colorize using adjustments. And let us see just one last time. Let us see how we can colorize the skin tone using adjustment. So just only I will only target the face. Okay. So now everybody is comfortable with pen tool, right? Comfortable, huh? Okay. Okay. See, I'm not picking the skin tone here. Okay, just I'm going to go to image adjustments and what is that, color balance. So I'm going to select the color balance. So actually we want some fleshy color for the skin. Skin has to be some fleshy color, right? So I'm going to increase the reddish color, and I'm going to try to reduce the other colors, like such as or increase the other colors such as green, so that we are going to get close to the skin color. See, something like that. And then I'm going to try to change it in the highlights also. See, like this, close to skin color. See, something like this. Okay, so like this we can try to get close to the skin color using adjustment. Okay, but I think blending mode is better for skin tones. Hmm? For grass and plants we can use adjustment like that. Okay, you have to plan when you are using trying to colorize a black and white image. Okay, so now I'm going to start a new topic, which is animation. Okay, so what is animation? Okay, okay, so we'll see what is animation. Okay, so we'll use impact font here, flash. See, we can create small GIF animations in Photoshop. Okay, and GIF, GIF. Okay, and see where you see these GIF animations. See, you must be getting greetings like Vinayak Chavithi or something like Dashara greetings or some other Independence Day greetings or something. Some small animations will be there in them. So those animations we can do in Photoshop completely. Okay, GIF animation. Okay, so let us see how we can do. And where is that option? Animation. See here, Windows timeline. See, this is the option, Windows timeline. Okay, and here first we are going to see frame animation. After that we will see video timeline. Okay, first we'll see frame animation, then later on we'll see the video timeline. Okay, so what is frame animation? Okay, see, most of you here are in C plus and After Effects. Okay, see, you will be after in Photoshop you are actually working with still images, means not moving images, still images. but in the next your courses we will be all working with videos, moving images. Okay, even titles also will be doing some animation, creating some animation. Okay, so here you will get some idea in Photoshop. You will get some idea what is the animation, how to do some basic animation, and the same concept you will be applying in the your next software, C plus and After Effects and uh, other software. Okay, see, I'm going to just click on this create frame animation. So what happened actually? Just one frame. This is called one frame. And how this frame got created? So it is created by this layer. Here there is one layer. One layer is equal to one frame. Okay, one layer equal to one frame. Okay, and then I'm going to remove the background. Okay, see, I only want this text to do some animation. So I will start with a simple animation. Okay, so simple flashing animation. Okay, flash. Okay, so let us see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a duplicate of this layer. So how to take a duplicate? Control J, Control J, duplicate. Then I let the text. Let me change the color to red. Okay, then I'm going to take a duplicate of this layer, and then I'm going to keep it above this layer. Okay, and then I'm going to take a duplicate of this red color text, and I'm going to keep it above this. Okay, just 4 frames I got. Okay, 4 layers I got, and now I'm going to convert these 4 layers to 4 frames. Okay, so how we can do that? So I have created notes for this. Okay, okay, so now see, what I'm going to do is to convert these 4 layers to 4 frames. Just open the timeline. On the top right corner of this timeline, just click on that button and just select this make frames from layer. See now what happened. See, now we got 4 frames from 4 layers. Now if you just play this, see, you got an animation. And if you want to slow down, means it is very fast, you want to slow down, just shift to select all these 4 frames, and then we will keep it something like 0.2 seconds. Okay, now it will be little bit slow. Okay, see, and let me save it as a zip file. Okay, so we can save it as a zip file. See, if you are using old version of Photoshop, there is one method to save. If you are using latest version of Photoshop, simply you can go to the file and select save as. But actually this option is sometimes this is not available. Okay, so what I will tell you is I am just going to file export and I am going to select save for web. Save for web. Okay, so just I am going to select this, and after you select, okay, see, here the size is very big. Here many settings are there, but we are not going to change all the settings. I am only going to change some small setting. Here size is there. See, size is 3000 width to 2000 height. So I'm just going to put 1000. Okay, because 3000 is a very big file, so I'm just going to put 1000 here. Okay, so I have just set the size to 1000. Then here we have some options. So what is that? GIF. See, always keep the option as GIF. Don't keep it to JPG, PNG or anything, because you will get animation only in GIF. You are not going to get animation in JPG. Remember that. Okay, and then next is we are going to click on this save. Just click on the save, and then what will happen? This window opens, and I'm going to save this file on desktop. So we'll simply say flash. Okay, and then the most important thing is here. Here the format should be images only. Other options are there like HTML and HTML only. HTML is used for designing website. That is a language for designing website. Okay, if you are a web designer, if you want this file to be in your website or for designing designing a website, you can use this option. But right now we only want this as a some kind of WhatsApp message. So I'm going to select the images only option, and then I'm going to just click on this. Okay, so now let us see our animation. See, this is our GIF file. Hmm? Yeah, you can do అన్ని లేయర్స్లో ఒక్కొక్కటి పెట్టేసుకొని దాన్ని ఫ్రేమ్స్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో లెట్ us see whether this file will open in WhatsApp. Okay, we'll now check that. So I'm going to put it in our group. See, we have to put it like what? Like document. Okay, not like a photo. Okay, so where is our flash? Where is it? Okay, so let us see whether we got it or not. Okay, see, so we got it in our mobile also. Okay,
it's a photo line.
you see here photo. Okay, but I don't think we will get animation. We will not get animation. See, we are not getting animation. Okay, what you have to do is, if you want to like this now, you have to forward to some person. If you try to forward the same this document file, this file to some other person, and for that person it will appear like a this thumbnail. Understood what I'm saying? Right. See, how we can use this actually. Okay, now you got idea. So how we can do the GIF animations. Okay, see, we can send some greetings. Okay, something. Hmm? Yeah. For, background is, there is no background actually. There is no background. It is transparent background. Okay. See, see what is the actually, I will tell you what is frame animation. See, you just observe here. Okay, these are all frame animations. Okay, so means, see, if I just take these images, put it in separate layer and convert these layers to frame, you can see that this girl is walking like this. You can get that type of animation. So I will show you practically. See, this is the concept of animation actually. Animation has a more than 100 years history. Even before computer, animation was existing. Even before computers was, huh? Yeah. See, you can see, you know that Tom and Jerry and Mickey Mouse, huh? They at that time there was no computer, huh? Then how they used to create the Tom and Jerry cartoon when there was no computer software? How they were creating? See, so many artists were there. Say for example, if you want to just do one simple pose, simple action like drinking water. So for that small action, they used to draw 100 images for drinking water. That one single drawing, one single pose has some many drawings, and they will put all the drawings in a sequence in papers. In there will be so many artists will be drawing, and they will put all the drawings in one paper, and there will be one machine, and they will be rotating that machine, and one by one that paper will be moving. So the final result you will see some animation. That was a very old technique, 100 years back technique. Okay, now we got computers. Now everything has become fast. Okay, so but the computers are also using the old technique, old concept only. Same concept the computer and the latest technology is using. Okay, I will show you practically. Okay, so everything now it's clear now. This one. Just a minute. See here. Here we have images of birds. Okay. See, what I am going to do is I am going to put these birds in separate layers. Okay. So what I am going to do first, I am going to select this bird using the marquee tool. Okay. Control X, Control V. See, Control V. What is Control V? Paste at the center. Control Shift V is paste in the same place. Control V, paste at the center of the document. Okay, understand it. So I am pasting all the images at the center of the document. Okay, Control X, Control V. Control X, Control V. Control X, Control V. Okay, just last two images are there. Control X, Control V. Control X, Control V. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we'll delete this layer, bottom layer. And then what we'll do? We will crop. Okay, image, crop. Okay. So then what we'll do? So first we'll see. We have to adjust the image properly. Okay, just it's okay if you stretch the image, no problem. So just we'll quickly adjust it. Okay. Just two more images. Okay. So now we have adjusted all the images, right? Now just one thing we have to do: Windows, timeline, and then here we are going to create. Click on this, create frame image. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, just click on this top right corner button, and then you have to click on this make frames from layers. Okay, so then you just simply hit the play. So the bird is flying. Okay, so you can slow it down, just shift to select everything, and then you can use 0.2 seconds. Okay, now it will be a little bit slow. Okay, and you can duplicate these layers. Okay, so you can just shift to select all these not layers, frame, shift select all these things, and then you can click on this button. So what is that button? Duplicate selected frames. Like this. Okay. Okay, see, one thing I want to tell you here. So we have seen how to create a GIF. I will create one GIF and then I will create one video. I will create an MP4 video of this file. Okay, so first we will see how to create a GIF file. So everybody knows how to create a GIF file. So how to create a GIF file? File, export, save for web. Okay. And see, it's taking time. See, it's taking loading time. Then here we'll just keep for 1000. Okay, we don't want a very large file, just 1000 is okay. Okay, so see, it is taking time. See, sometimes this option is very heavy option. Okay, so if you don't have good computer now, good system now, it will hang, will not work. Okay, so now what you'll do, see, here always the option looping option should be forever, because if you don't keep this looping option forever, the other option is what? One, means it will only play once and stop. So always keep the option looping option forever, and always keep this option as GIF. Don't select JPG. If you select JPG, you will not get animation. And then simply click on this save, and then I am going to say bird flying. Okay, and then simply save. Okay, so see, where is the bird? You got it or not? It is not there. Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll send. We'll send it as a document. Okay. Okay. You got it, huh? Okay, we'll see how we got. So okay, so we got it. See. Hmm? So this is bird flying, and just one last thing what I am going to tell you is see how we can export it as a video. We all know how to export it as GIF. Video means MP4 video. So for MP4 video, see you need more frames. Here only 40 frames are there. 40 frames means you are not going to get a big video. You need many frames. So what I am going to do is, so I am going to select the first frame and I am going to hold shift and select the last frame. Then I am going to just click on this button. What is that button? Duplicate selected frame. Just click on that. So at least you need at least 500 or 600 frames, so that at least the video will be a little bit big. Okay, now we got this many frames. What I am going to do is, then I am going to go to the file, export, render video. Okay, just click on that render video. Okay, and then here we have this render video option. So the most important thing is, the first thing is you have to give the name for your file. So we can say bird flying, okay, animation. Okay, bird flying animation, and the most important thing is extension should always be MP4. Don't keep it anything else. Here you can select the folder where you are going to save. We are going to keep here. If you want, you can create a folder here. Okay, create a folder like bird fly. Okay, and we are going to save it inside the folder. Okay, select the folder. See, on desktop we have created a folder bird flying, and inside the bird flying we are going to have this MP4 file. And then see here, this is the most important area, this area. Here see, you always have to select this format. Here we have three formats: DPX, QuickTime, H.264, but don't select anything other than 0.264. Other formats you will be learning in your After Effects and other Premiere and next your VFX software course. But in Photoshop we are only going to use this H.264. Okay, then here always select this HD 1080 pixels. And what is 25? 25 means 25 frames per second. Okay, so means this is actually 25 frames per second is our Indian standard. Our Indian movies play at 25 frames per second. In America, USA and foreign Hollywood films, they play at 29.97 frames per second. Okay, so in India we use 25 frames per second for our Indian films, serials or films. Okay, and see we can use this one, and we can also use a PAL TV also. PAL is also mostly used in our Indian film. PAL. Okay, in Europe and US they use NTS. You will be learning about these things in VFX. Okay, right. So this is our session. See, frame rate. This is very important. What is frame rate? Means how fast your video is playing. So it is playing at 25 frames per second. And then the next important thing is, see, this is the very important, all frames. We want all frames to render. Okay, we are rendering, means render means what? Giving final output. Just as saving. Okay, so select all frames and just simply click on this render. So see, it is going to take time. See, exporting video. Okay, so this is how you export a video in Photoshop. Actually, see, if you are doing the same thing in Premiere or After Effects, within very short time it will render this type of video. But in see, this is Photoshop. It's a very small video actually. There is nothing in this, but still it is taking this much time. That is why we don't use Photoshop for video editing. Only for we use Photoshop only for what? Photo editing, image editing. Okay. Just we have to be patient. Okay? See, and also see one more thing, you have to check the size of your C drive. Always, everybody remember, check your C drive when because if your C drive has less than 10 GB space or 6 GB, 7 GB like that, you will get some error in Photoshop. So always make sure that your C drive is always having more than 10 GB space. That is very important. If not, these options will not work. Okay. Well, it's almost completed. So where is our file? Here inside the folder. Okay, which is our MP4 video file. See? So that we will add background music in video timeline option. Video timeline option I am going to cover in the next class. Okay. So you can see the timings. Okay. Okay, understood now? That is 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes. No, 2 minutes 32 seconds. Right.